A grouper is equivalent to my wife, all right? Stubborn.
Oh, what's a grouper? A grouper, they're not like necessarily the biggest fish, but they are meaner than piss.
You know, stubborn. They don't weigh a lot, and hopefully Brianna watches that part. So.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Fishing with Jay. So there's the fish that has trapped my imagination for a while. I'm completely obsessed with tough, big fish. Chased them all over the world. But there's one fish here, gag grouper. I hear tales of just how gnarly they are. I've seen guys with spinning rods just get their butts kicked into their faces.
It's a big fish. Oh, right in ledge. There's nothing I can do on that. Holy, did you guys see that?
I can't find any information on a fly about.
Dude, that's Moby Dick.
Wrecked him in the reef.
This zone out here, never seen anything like it. It's gigantic.
Holy smokes, there's a lot of water out here. The main thing is it's just a huge open water. Not used to fishing something so nondescript. It's just massive flats.
We have cracks that go down the aquifer all throughout these flats. It's spring fed. When it gets cold, this grouper move into the shallow water for these cracks and these ledges. The goal is to get them to come up out of those cracks.
This sounds like a game I really want to play. Gary's a world-class guide for the gag grouper, and we think we got some ideas on how to catch them with a fly. We just have never done it.
Before meeting you, Jay, grouper on a fly just didn't exist, but people talked about it, and you never heard anyone say they got it done.
Nobody that I've met really actually even had equipment to be able to attempt it.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think I've ever heard of anybody actually accomplishing it.
I mean, if you try to YouTube it, there's nothing on YouTube. Photos, like nothing. Can it be done? There's only one way to figure it out. I cannot do it because I've never used a fly before. So.
But you'd be down to learn.
Dude, I want to learn. What is fly line made out of? Magic?
Master Blaster casting tip. Fly casting is not 80% physics, 20% magic. It is 100% physics.
Up high, stretch it every high.
Accelerate to a hard stop, pause. As the line passes behind you and straightens out, only then can we start our forward cast. Master Blaster casting tips. Accelerate to a hard stop. I go slow and then accelerate to a hard stop. And that's what loads the rod to make it go forward. But that hard stop, the hard stop is the key to great fly casts, to distant fly casts.
Got it.
So if I go and I fade into it, my loop opens up and everything turns to shit. Very important thing to realize when you're learning something new is there's two approaches. You could be either all pissy about it and ashamed, or you can be stoked that you're learning something new. If you're stoked you're learning something new, I guarantee the rest of your life, always it'll pay off.
Oh, yes sir.
I get it now.
Nice. Getting it together. Getting it together. Nice high crisp stops. Master Blaster caster coming up.
There's been these weird things between fly fishermen and gear fishermen, and the people that have weird things about that are called assholes. Stay out of that whole thing.
Oh, that thing's pretty attractive too.
Everybody's out here for the same mission, having some fun and fishing. So the casting part, that's like somewhat the easy part. Now what happens when the fish bites? Like these things are gnarly.
Big fish to us is 10 pounds and up. That's a big fish. We're using 60-pound braid.
For a 10-pound
For a
fish,
10-pound
60
fish,
pound.
I know for a fact they apply more than 60 pounds of pressure because I get broken off all the time where I know that it's not wrapped around a rock.
I'm fucking fun.
For real?
Yeah, you can just feel the thing trying to get back to its structure, its home, and it just breaks nice and clean.
Gonna fish some really big lines
Grouper diggers.
and some really big rods. Fun stuff coming.
See which one gets broke first.
These fish are mean, Jay.
One of the situations, and this is like any fish with its kind of body style, is that if it lives in structure and then it lives in holes, what it'll do is it'll come out its body length to eat something and then turn around and get back into it. So it's gonna have to be stopped instantly. If that fish gets back into those rocks, there's no chance of me getting it out.
The special thing about this zone is that it's really shallow for a long ways.
It's a massive spider web out here of waterways to be able to run. There's nothing planned, there's nothing made, it is all 100% natural, and that's the fun part of it.
That's Ozello Florida right here.
This is not the way it's supposed to be.
man. So you've been getting this thing out up here?
Dude, it's getting super scary.
Yeah, dude. This is probably the hardest place in Florida.
This
right
place, I guess, is just a graveyard for outboards and propellers.
We have ghost rocks, on top of ghost rocks, on top of big rocks.
Holy smokes, that was a little scary.
All lime rock bottom. Sometimes you find them the hard way.
This is the shallowest coast for the state of Florida. There's no such thing as soft bottom here. So everything you're gonna find is either an oyster bed or solid lime rock.
What we try to do at Florida Marine Tracks Island Mapping is show you where to run so you don't disturb the natural habitat and destroy the seagrass.
I've made a decent living fixing people's fuck ups.
You guys all right?
Just ran into someone that lost their lower unit. And once you lose that, you better hope you have paddles, and that's going to be a slow run.
You know, it happens out here.
Let me see what kind of rope I got in here.
Even if you can just get us where we can make paddling distance before dark, because we ain't got no lights or anything on this thing.
Yeah.
Understood.
At least you had paddles.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna gun it.
You guys, I guess they were just lucky enough that we were silly enough to be out late.
There's no channel markers out here to even mark where the heck you're going. And that's the best part. You know, you drive out towards the mouth of the river and you look back and all you see is wilderness. That's old Florida. I love it.
These things I hear about, they say old Florida. What does that mean? It's like it was like Florida was before all the people came. Get out this way, and I instantly understood what they were talking about.
It is the American alligator.
Are you kidding me?
Just under 13 feet. We're cooking up
That's a giant.
some alligator, gator cheek, gator leg, there's ribs, the tail.
Do love me some deep fry. That's what you want to see. That nice dark brown.
There's no high rises. You're not seeing a pile of homes. You're not seeing a lot of boats. You're not seeing a lot of anything. You are seeing what Florida naturally was in its state. And that's the coolest thing.
And I'm curious to see if those fly rods and the line, if it's even going to hold up. You know, I mean, is it going to be enough for a grouper?
Little fairy sticks, basically.
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Party time. My favorite thing about them is that they eat better by pissing them off.
You antagonize them enough, they're gonna bite out of anger.
Make them mad, and they're never trying to kill whatever's in their face.
Yeah.
Then when they hit,
There we go.
they're pissed.
Oh, sweet. Oh, that's a nice one. These things are gnarly.
You're working harder than an ugly stripper over here.
Oh, we took it like a freight train. Yeah, good one, dude. Oh, yeah. Oh, it'll do it. It'll do it. It'll do it. Man. Damn. Dang, it turned so damn hard. That was a furious fight. There's some really mean fish in this world, but all I hear is the stories about how gnarly gag grouper are. It's a cruncher.
They're mean.
Come on, what a creature. What a creature. Vicious critter. Vicious critter. Holy smokes. He didn't take that with any ounce of daintiness. He just wanted to destroy. It was just full kill it all mode. That's a little sketchy.